We've been married for 41 years. There are a lot of happy and sad memories from a long time ago, but our story starts a long time before we got married. You see, our dads were in the same military unit, and our families have been connected for a long time. So it goes without saying that we knew each other when we were very little. Like any couple, we had our disagreements, but they didn't take away from the overall happiness we shared. But problems may come up out of the blue in our lives. When my husband turned 65, he was told he had a rare form of cancer. No matter how hard we tried and how many treatments we tried, the sickness kept spreading. In the end, we had tried everything that was possible. We loved each other no matter what happened, though. The day he died will always be with me. In a whisper, as he lay in bed with his family nearby, he told me that he was going home and that we would see each other again. He left this world after I squeezed his hand until it went limp. It was too painful to lose him. Seeing them take him away in a body bag hit me like a ton of rocks. I knew he was gone. After that, the days were cloudy with sadness and helplessness. I couldn't eat, sleep, or find any kind of relief. Our whole house was affected by his departure, which kept reminding me of what I had lost. I could feel myself falling into darkness as I was filled with anger and grief at the greater power that had taken him away from me. After weeks of crying, I finally got the courage to leave the house one day. In the park, where we used to talk for hours on end by the lake, I went. It felt like the trip there would never end, and my steps were heavy with sadness. As I got closer to where we usually hang out, I saw someone sitting there. But when I got close, they vanished into thin air. I was confused and sad, and I felt more alone than ever. As a quick, unbearable pain shot through my chest, I fell to the floor. As darkness surrounded me, I passed out. Upon awakening, I perceived that I was being pulled toward a bright light by a force. It was a trip like no other, with strange places and caves. As soon as I crossed over, I felt a huge amount of love and peace. It was impossible to understand or describe. But in the silence, I heard my own voice saying things I had said out of anger and sadness. As my cries for forgiveness filled the air, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Then I saw it, a throne that was very bright. As my eyes got used to the light, I realized I was surrounded by something bigger than myself. As I stood in front of it, shaking with fear and doubt, the thing sitting on the chair spoke to me in a voice that was both strong and kind. I could hear your screams and how mad you were at me. This is where I brought you to let go of these load. Yes, I did say those words. I felt a wave of sorrow wash over me. It felt like you ripped my husband out from under my arms, and I was hurt. He meant the world to me and made me happy. You say, what's true? I called him at home. So his journey on earth was over because he had reached all of his goals in this life. But what do you mean by he finished everything he wanted to do? I asked with a sad heart full of desire. His only goals in life were to marry the woman he loved and give his children the best care possible. He loved you more than anyone else. Is he here? I asked myself as a wave of feeling went through me. He is, came the soothing answer. May I see him one last time? When I begged, I was both excited and scared. Indeed, you may. God led me on a journey through the wonderful things in heaven. I couldn't find the right words to describe how beautiful every view I saw was. We found that every soul had a place in the house that was ready for my husband and me. It was an exact copy of our home on earth. He was taking care of the flowers in the yard when I saw him. He looked very happy and calm. God begged them gently, goaded him. I called out his name as I walked over to him. He looked at me with shock on his face full of doubt. Why are you here? It's not your time yet. As tears filled my eyes, I told them, I am lost and confused. You can't stay, though, he begged in a soft but firm voice. Our children need you. I told her, I miss you so much. Life is pointless without you, and my heart exploded all over again. He kissed my face and said, for their sake, you have to go back. We will be reunited, for eternity awaits us. I had a bad heart when I fell asleep next to the lake in the park. As soon as I woke up, a park ranger, whose fear was clear, offered to help. As I drove home, I thought about the strange event and struggled with time and the boundaries of reality. In the middle of the pain of loss, it took me months to get back on track and get back to some kind of normality. As the years go by, I still hold on to the hope that my partner is waiting for me on the other side of the curtain, and that our reunion is in the works for all time. Even though I don't know what the journey ahead holds, I find comfort in the thought that we will finally meet again and be together forever.